What's going on, everyone? So far this season, there has been a lot of talk and just speculation about the Lakers and the Chicago Bulls making a potential trade. A lot of it is centered around Zach LaVine, and the Lakers seem most likely to land Zach LaVine based on the reports, the various reports that are out there. But you've seen names like DeMar DeRozan been thrown out there, Alex Caruso, Andre Drummond. I'm more of the camp of I would rather go and get DeMar DeRozan, Andre Drummond, and Alex Caruso. But the way that Chicago has played without Zach LaVine, it's going to make it interesting. It's going to make it tough, right? Because the Chicago Bulls, their goal is to trade Zach LaVine first and then see how Chicago looks with the new pieces that they get. So just for example, not saying that they should do this or anything, but let's say that the Lakers did trade for Zach LaVine. The idea is, okay, we trade for Zach LaVine. Let's say we get D'Lo and Rui Hachimura with JHS or whatever, and then whatever filler, right? But let's say that's the main pieces. How does this team look with D'Lo, DeMar DeRozan, Rui Hachimura, Williams, and Vu, right? And if the team is really good, then they plan on trying to re-sign DeMar DeRozan, who he has expressed now several times that he wants to stay with the Chicago Bulls. How much of that is just showing face and, just being a company man? How much of that is he actually means that and he wants to stay with Chicago? Time will tell. We'll see how it plays out. But that doesn't bode well for the Lakers because that means that you're probably not getting Alex Caruso, which Chicago's extremely reluctant to trade for Alex Caruso, although I have my reservations that we'll even be able to trade for Caruso regardless, even if he does become available, just because he's such an easy plug-and-play type player. Pretty much every contender in the league would be willing to go and trade for Alex Caruso, and Chicago would probably get some late first-round pick for Caruso, and the Lakers just don't have the assets to fight in a bidding war, so it's going to make things very interesting. But the Lakers do take on the Chicago Bulls today, and that's going to give you a good look at many of these players. It's going to give you an up-close and personal just view on these guys. How does DeMar DeRozan look, right? In many ways, this is kind of a mini audition for the Bulls players with the Lakers. Now, obviously, the Lakers know how Alex Caruso looks with the LeBron James and the Lakers. But, what is DeMar doing? How does he look? How is he moving? Some of these other guys too, right? Do you get let's say you can't get an Alex Caruso. What about a Torrey Craig? So how does Torrey Craig look out there tonight? Is he out there and he's just kind of looking all right, he's washed up, he's a bum, or is he out there cooking, right? What if you could end up getting maybe you can't get a Caruso and stuff, but maybe you can get an Ayo, right? How does he look? Or Williams, right? Obviously Andre Drummond, right? Alex Caruso, all of these guys. It gives the Lakers a good look at just the entire team outside of just Zach LaVine, Zach LaVine's not playing, but you get my point. Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Alex Caruso, Andre Drummond, right? How does Vu look? Is Vu a guy where it's man, maybe he would be nice, right? He's holding his own with AD, he's banging, he's, we can kind of visualize what he'd look like playing up and going up against a Jokic, right? Maybe he's a guy we look at, right? Maybe we can work something out to try to land him as well. It's in many ways an audition without being an audition, a tryout without being a tryout, right? Now, obviously, you're not going to get everything you need to know in just one game, but how do these guys show up? And you don't think some of these guys aren't hearing the rumors and the reports, right? You don't think Alex Caruso, one, wants to bust up his old team, and two, you don't think hey, maybe what if I do get traded? What if the Lakers really are interested in me? I wouldn't mind going back to LA. I wouldn't mind playing with LeBron again, right? Let me go and ball out a little bit, right? Maybe Vu's hey, they need another big man, they need another center, right? I would love to go and contend for a championship. I'm only getting older, right? Let me go out here and show that hey, I can match up with the best of them. DeMar DeRozan, right? If he really does want to be a Laker, does he go out there and just ball out and just torch all of our guards? Right? All of these things could be very impactful. And then of course, Andre Drummond, right? well, one, how many minutes does he get to play? But if he is out there, right, like, what does he look like? Right? Because like Andre Drummond, I definitely think we could get. Like, and I wouldn't hate if the Lakers did something like a Jackson Hayes in a second for Andre Drummond. Like, I would welcome that. I wouldn't be against that at all. Right? Just to give us that more stability, that veteran guy. Somebody that has familiarity again with the Lakers, has familiarity playing alongside Anthony Davis and LeBron James, somebody that can help in the rebounding department, somebody that can help in just, being a deterrent at the rim, got some athleticism. He's still, relatively young. He's not some, 36-year-old. He's only 30. He's got, he's 6'11" with a 7'6" wingspan. He can block some shots. He can rebound the basketball. He could be a lob threat. He'd basically be a upgrade over Jackson Hayes, a more reliable version. And I mean, even this year for the Chicago Bulls, you look at him, he's only playing 13 minutes a game for Chicago, but he's giving you 6 and 7 in that time. Literally, like, he's giving you 6 points, 7 rebounds. He's giving you, we'll be nice, round up to an assist, a steal, and a block. Like, that would be fine in 13 minutes a game. Give Andre Drummond 13 minutes a game. If he could give us 6 and 7, helps with the rebounding, right? Just another body to throw at the Jokic's and stuff of the world. Again, you're never going to slow those. You're never going to beat those guys. You're never going to completely shut those guys down. But you can make things difficult. You can make them work. You can wear them down over the course of a 7-game series. Like, that's what the Lakers would be looking to do. That's what the Lakers would be looking out for. So again, I mean, this is a good opportunity for the Lakers to get an up-close and personal look at these various players. And, I mean, obviously beyond that, we got to win the game. I mean, it's that simple, right? The Lakers are in a very rough spot right now, right? So they are sitting at 15-12, which is, you're 3 games over 500. Okay, you're sitting in the 8th seed right now, but you're only 3 games out of second. So you're right there from second place. You're only 2 games out of third. So you're close, right? Like, this Western Conference is going to come down to, tortoise race, right? Like, every game is going to be very impactful, very important, very significant as far as where seeding goes and where you land. So if the Lakers, they win today, all of a sudden they move into 7th. A couple of these teams start taking some L's. Lakers could easily climb the ladder, especially if they get up there, start winning some games. But in the same breath, right, as great as it is that, like, hey, we're only a couple games out of second, we're also only 2 games out of being out of the play-in entirely. So the Lakers could easily go the other way, which is why we're getting into that, like, these games are starting to get really impactful. We're on a 2-game losing streak. That's not good. We've lost 3 out of our last 4 after coming off of a 4-game win streak, if you count the Pacer game, right? So you look at that, and then you go into this, and it's like you got a back-to-back against the Chicago Bulls and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota's been the best team in the league, not named the Boston Celtics so far, right? Like, Minnesota has been just torching teams. Dominate, matching up well, has been the giant killer in many ways, right? And so you lose to Chicago, now you got to go play the Timberwolves in Minnesota. That's tough, right? All of a sudden, now you're a game back from 500, or a game over 500, and you still got the Thunder on the road, and then you got the Celtics on Christmas Day. I mean, by the end of Christmas, you could be under 500. Like, that's not good. And then you still have the Hornets, who the Lakers should beat the Hornets, but you got the Timberwolves and the Pelicans both on the road. And the Lakers just smacked the Pelicans by like 40 not too long ago, right? So you know that they're going to be wanting to go out there and show out and ball out. So this is a game that the Lakers have to get. They have to take. Chicago, they've played much better basketball as of late. You have Colby White, who's really kind of, is blossoming right now and emerging as a real guy. They're a team that is a game out of the play-in tournament. So every win is extremely important for Chicago. They're 6 games out of 500. They want to try to climb back up. They don't want to be on the outside looking in. right? They're trying to figure out, am I getting traded or are we staying? So some of these guys very likely may want to stay. They may not want to get traded, So I don't know. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you think, this is huge for the Lakers? Lakers got to get this done. Lakers got to get the win today. Otherwise, they could be in some serious trouble. Do you think, hey, this is a great opportunity. It's a good just look at several of these guys. Again, I feel whatever your thoughts are. I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos. I truly appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.